Welcome back. Author and venture capitalist J.D. Vance running for Senate in the state of Ohio. The first-time candidate raising over $100,000 in online donations just over the holiday weekend. Joining me right now to tell me more about it is Ohio Senate candidate J.D. Vance. J.D., great to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. Tell us about your platform.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Maria. And if folks are interested in learning more, please go to jdvance.com to learn how to help us. I mean, look, the basic argument of my campaign is this, that on the one hand, you've had economic plunder from America's ruling class. They've shipped American jobs overseas. They've made it harder for us to control our southern border, which, of course, reduces American wages. They've made it hard just to live a good life in people's own country. And on the other hand, you have culture war against traditional American values, because if you ever try to complain about this, if you ever say, maybe we shouldn't ship our entire industrial base to China, maybe we should try to control our southern border, the response you get from elites is that you're a racist or a xenophobe or an idiot, or maybe the big tech companies come along and censor you and prevent you from saying anything at all. And this is a problem. And I see this economic plunder going hand in hand with the culture war against traditional American values. And somebody's got to stand up and say enough is enough. And I'm trying to do that for the people of Ohio.
Well, you're right. And there's also this Marxist thread that is running through our country where it's just massive outbursts if you don't say what they agree with. My worry, and it's very disturbing, is the influence of the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, look at social media and the way that it rolls over for China, J.D. Twitter restricted the account of a scholar who dared to mock Xi Jinping. This is a globally renowned China scholar who said that Twitter temporarily restricted her account because she mocked Xi Jinping. The professor was making fun of the CCP's 100th anniversary celebrations, and two of her tweets were marked unavailable, J.D. Do social media companies understand who they are in bed with?
I unfortunately think they do, and they just don't care. Isn't this crazy? I mean, you have an American company built by American technology, as you know, Maria, built on the back of special privileges from the American government, now doing the bidding of the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, this is crazy. And we have to wake up as Americans and recognize, what do we care more about? The right of Twitter to lay in bed with the Chinese Communist Party, or the First Amendment, the right to free speech in this country? And there are things we could do about this. One of the things I find so frustrating about Republicans, my own party and big tech, is that we complain about this, but why don't we give this woman or any other American who was censored by Twitter or Facebook the right to sue their pants off if they have their views censored? There are things we can do in the public policy arena to protect the First Amendment. We just got to actually do it.
But why aren't current sitting congressmen and senators doing it, J.D.? I mean, you look at how long some of these people in Congress have been there, and it's almost like they forget who they're working for, who they're representing. I mean, Nancy Pelosi has been in force for decades, and yet look at her constituents in San Francisco. Homelessness is up, crime is up. I mean, what about term limits? Would you be for term limits, J.D.?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've definitely just got to get better people in there, which is why I'll put in another plug for jdvance.com. I mean, look, what we have right now is a geriatric ruling class in our business community, but especially in our government community, that doesn't even understand the companies that have become ultimately more powerful than the U.S. government. I mean, we saw after January 6th, a sitting duly elected president of the United States was kicked off of Twitter, kicked off of Facebook, and it's like our congressmen, our senators had no idea what to do about this. It's because we've given these companies too much power, and we need to get people in our Congress who understand these companies and can actually fight back against them.
Are you resonating in your state? Tell me what kind of response you've gotten and you've heard from people. How tough is this fight going to be for you?
Oh, I think it'll be tough. And as you may have seen, Maria, everybody in the establishment's come after me. The DNC has come after me. The Democrats in the race have come after me. And that's fine. I think, as Harry Truman said, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. But I think people are really, really excited about somebody who's just saying interesting things and actually promising to fix the country's real challenges. You know, we did an announcement in my hometown in Middletown, Ohio. I was honored by it. We thought we'd get 150 people there. We had over 500 people there. It was basically filled to capacity. People are really excited, and the fact that we raised, $100,000 in a weekend over, small dollar online contributions, I think suggests that we're really, really resonating out there, and that makes me excited and gives me the energy to keep up this fight because, I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. I certainly need all the help I can get.
All right, we'll be watching. Good for you. J.D. Vance, thanks very much for being here, and we hope you'll come back soon. Thank you, sir.